hotel, you know, the little continental restaurant.
A little continental thing.
Lightweight, you know.
You were like the most alert person we've ever had coming here in the morning.
It's early.
I'm still early though, right?
I'm working to be alert. Trust me.
Yeah. People come in and they just be like,
it's not that early, 8:44.
But we ain't go to sleep till like 3, so.
Yeah,
it's early.
But it's good. Yeah, we flew in last night from Chicago.
Yeah, if you're going to this time zone, it's really
it's like 6 in the morning.
I've been so many different cities. I don't know what time zone I'm on right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We've been moving.
Yo, thank God your phone automatically updates for you, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't know what the hell going on. We had a crazy flight last night too, man.
What happened on your flight last night?
Was turbulent. I don't know if it was a storm or some rain last night. Yeah,
that's no fun.
Was you in a private plane or you was?
Nah, we wasn't in the private. We was in a commercial.
Okay.
Flight attendants looked scared, so you know when they get to looking scared.
Yeah.
Did you say a prayer?
I always say a prayer. I say one before we take off, and then I don't think doubling up on the prayer is gonna help. You know what I'm
One is good.
Yeah, one is good.
He heard. You ain't paying attention, right?
That was cool though.
All right, well, cool. Let's get into it. All right, here we go. It's 97.9 The Beat, DFW's hip hop station, and Vita Loca in the morning with J. Cruz, Jazzy Black, Chaotic, and man, you have caused quite a stir in the rap world with this victory lap.
Okay.
Nipsey Hussle.
What's up?
Yes.
Dallas, what's cracking?
Nipsey Hussle, come on,
Yeah.
First of all, Nipsey, here's what brings me to you. You have been around in this game for a long time.
For sure.
But Victory Lap is your debut album?
Yeah, it's my first album. Everything else been mixtapes, street releases, you know what I mean?
How do you feel about that? When they came to you and said, yo, because this is like, is this your first deal with Atlantic? Or, I mean,
Yeah. I mean, early on I had a deal with Epic Records in 08, 09. But totally different structure, totally different terms, totally different respect in that building. And I got in Atlantic, you know, we was just new to the game, so it was just like, where your hit record at? You know what I'm saying? So now us being proven in the mixtape space and just having established fans and tours, it's a whole different relationship over there.
How does it feel different? Because now you're like, I'm not saying before, but now you got radio play. It's a whole different market from your mixtapes.
Yeah, definitely. It does feel different. We was in the club just doing club hostings, you know, on the promo run, and the album was only out a couple days, and I just seen the difference of dropping a mixtape and dropping an album.
What's the difference?
It just go further. You know, you got a team supporting the whole release nationwide. It just go further.
The exposure's on a bigger level.
Without me doing nothing else. Obviously, I've been doing my part, but
yeah, not to take away from your exposure, bro. Because before any of this, you was booming.
No, but
Nipsey was booming.
Thank you for that. But I was just saying, like, you know, I showed up obviously and done my part, but I always do. Not to sound crazy. So the difference is the team activated this time. You know what I mean? Right. So I just seen way more people in that club knew the words, and it was 2-3 days after the release. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I was about to say that because I mean, like literally, like when it dropped, I got a text message and they was like, "Yo, Nipsey just dropped some fire." I'm like, "Oh man," you know, like let me go to my iTunes. So like with the marketing and stuff, because I know like you're like super big marketing into marketing and stuff. And did you come up with your own marketing scheme, like to figure out which hit you wanted to push out?
I mean, as far as picking records, all of that be collective.
Okay.
You know, we got our picks, and then we bring it to the team, and then
they got their picks.
And then they be like, well, all right, let's go. We gon' truthfully, it wasn't no pushback. The ones we believed in, they believed in. They kind of was looking to me on the creative side, like what you think.
What you think?
Yeah, you gotta sell it.
Because you already established the fact that you can put out hits and have a fan base, so they trust your opinion more, other than somebody that they discovered.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
100%.
you already had a track record.
100%. Yeah.
So it's different.
Yeah, but it's a team effort though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nick, let me say this. I was at All-Star Weekend in L.A. and the song for the weekend. The song for the weekend was Last Time I Checked. Every time I dropped that record all weekend long, the club went up.
That's love, man. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that.
Get on my nerves because he went to All-Star.
Don't be mad you ain't go to All-Star.
We gonna get you to LA soon. You know
I'm gonna talk about that Crenshaw tape.
Okay.
Now, what made you decide? Technically, do you know how many tapes you sold for $100?
Well, the night of the release, we sold 1,000 of them.
Where? Out your trunk?
In LA, out of pop-up shop.
Okay.
In LA, yeah. So after that, we went on tour, and we did a 33-city tour to support Crenshaw. And every day before the concert, we had pop-up shops, and we was running through.
That's smart.
Some markets we ran through a couple hundred. Some markets we ran through, another 1,000. So we just kept printing them because people kept asking for them.
Did you ever give them for maybe $89.99,
No
$67.37,
No
$99.99.
No deal.
$99.99?
They were exactly $100.
No deal. I need a blue note, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Crispy $100
we need
deal.
that C note.
You never wavered.
Nah, because it'll throw off the campaign. It was branded as a $100 CD. So
Whose
you know
idea
what I
was that, Nick?
It was a team effort.
It was
It
really
was something I
smart,
brought
bro.
to the team, and then everybody added on to it. You know what I
It was
mean?
really smart.
Thank you.
It
bro.
showed that this isn't just a 22, 25. It's not an $18 mixtape. This is something this is a work of art,
100%.
and it's worth $100.
Believe
And
that.
your fans supported it. Obviously, Jay.
Yeah.
So it was a really good idea. It was
No.
really smart.
How many
Thank you,
copies
bro.
did Jay-Z buy?
He bought 100 copies. You know what I mean? So he sent us a wire for 10 racks. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
that
What was
Yeah.
that like,
That
bro,
was-
from Jay, though? I'm a big Jay fan.
Yeah, all of us, I was assuming.
Right.
That was crazy for real. I was just in the mode of trying to just stay humble and work. You know what I mean? So I ain't trying to get too. At first, I wasn't gonna tell my team, cause I ain't want everybody to get
Get
too
all
excited,
excited.
and I ain't want to seem like we was trying to do a campaign off Jay
Off of just
tipping his
that
hat.
alone, right.
But when he tweeted the picture on his website
was
on Life and Times,
Mhm.
then I just start being more vocal about it.
I mean, I don't personally know him, but I feel like he sees a bit of himself in you, especially early in your career. And,
Right.
I remember reading an article, and that was one of his reasons. He just said he liked what you were doing. He
Right.
saw what you was doing, and he respected it. So
Right.
he
They
supported
come
it.
from out independent, out the trunk.
Right,
You know what I
for
mean?
sure.
Being an underdog early in the game,
Mhm.
ended up flipping it and ended up taking over and running things. So
Yeah, big dog now.
yeah, I took that as like a tip of the hat. You know what I'm saying? And,
Yeah, no, for sure.
You know, Jay always been subtly supportive. You know what I'm saying? Since the first time we ran into
But
each
no
other.
songs with him though, huh? Nick?
Nah, we ain't done no music.
No
nah,
music. But
nah.
you've met, obviously.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
right.
Jay always keep it.
Let's try to make that happen, Nick.
I would like to.
Right.
I would like
to
to.
hear you and Jay on the track, bro.
It's my first album, man. Stay tuned.
Okay.
Debut, yeah. That's
Yeah.
kind of weird saying Nipsey Hussle's first album.
Right. Well,
That- You've been around for a long time. I'm gonna be honest with you. I may have never heard anything you ever done, but I know who the hell you are, though.
That's right.
And that is a major, major deal. Like,
Yeah.
I know Nipsey Hussle, but me and Becky might not know the words to any song.
You gotta work on that.
But I know you.
Right.
If I could pick your ass out in the line out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hopefully I don't have to.
Yeah,
but
that's dangerous.
but
want that.
I know who Nipsey Hussle is. You have branded yourself tremendously. Now I've been working with this well, it's a how do I put this? It's a group called Urban Specialists.
Uh-huh.
And what they do is they go into the inner city and they try to pull gang members out of the gang.
Mm.
They use former gang members,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't use the bottom. They go to the top ones that you may
big
have,
dogs.
yeah. created the Bloods in Dallas.
right.
They go to the top and they work with them. They give them outlets. And I just started working with them called
Okay.
Urban Specialists.
Yeah.
Now, how was it? How did you make that transition from the gang member Nipsey Hussle to the entrepreneur, the artist, the father that
Right.
you are? How did you make that transition?
I had some situations in my life that you get wake up calls. You know what I mean? You go through close calls and things where you get kind of close to feeling like you gonna throw your
the
stuff
edge.
away. Excuse me. Yeah,
What
you
do
know what I mean?
You can cuss.
Oh, all right. Well, yeah, I feel like you're gonna throw your shit away. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, say
Nah.
with
You
your
say
chest,
your
Nick.
shit, what do you mean?
Your freedom, your life, your opportunity. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And you come out them situations somehow, and be like, well, I don't like how that felt. You know, when you looking at it, when you got your feet on in them shoes, it's different than being aware of what could happen and being in a situation where it's happening. You know what I mean? Like you in jail, you ain't got no bail. Not that you don't got the bail money, you just don't got bail because of your case. And
Right.
if
'cause
you
it's that
if you don't
serious,
beat
they
your
give you
case,
bail, right.
you about to go on that long road.
Ooh, Nick.
And then you end up beating it, you know what I mean? Or you be in tight situations where everybody you was around end up washed up or, dead, you know what I mean? Seeing death up close, people you was just with, you know what I mean? Places you just was on your way to. And, reality kick in after a while. and you gonna lay in the bed you make. So I knew that wasn't what I wanted as far as a final destination.
Right.
So I just started taking steps toward what I was passionate about, which was the music.
Right.
And then doors start opening. I start seeing the results of them steps, and I just followed the positivity. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I feel you.
Yeah. It's not an easy thing though. Not to be long with it.
No, it's not.
No,
it's not.
no,
That's why a lot of gang members stay in the game because they don't know which a direction to go. And fortunately, you have music in the entertainment industry, but it's hard. And a lot of times you're met with resistance.
All the time.
Did they try to keep you like, yo, my nigga, you ain't going in, you're not leaving here?
It was never that convo, but you feel the like you said, the resistance.
Animosity, maybe.
I mean, just like gang culture, gang banging is stingy. Right. So, you know what I mean? If you ain't on the block every day, if something take place and you not there, it become like,
why wasn't you there?
Yeah, you watered down now, or you ain't on the front line no more. Right. What you doing? You know what I mean? And it become like, well, that nigga a family man, or that nigga, that nigga a rapper. Or that nigga squared up. And nobody gonna tell you that. If you got a little bit of respect, nobody gonna say that to your face, but you gonna start to feel, the people judging what you doing.
Almost resentment a little bit, right, bro?
100%. You know what I mean? And just like, what they say, crabs in the bucket.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But at the same time, I think young people that's identify with themselves as gang members, when you look at yourself outside of the gang, you ain't really got no other title, no other identity. Yeah. So you gotta that's the hard part too. Like you so-and-so from this gang.
It's like you recreating yourself.
You got to, but that's not an easy thing too. Because the gang, you got all type of support and tradition behind that.
Right, like your brothers, those are your brothers.
And right. Just the years and years of this going on, you were part of something that been established and that been respected.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? So outside of that, it's just like you just a solo man on a mission and you gotta, you gotta redefine everything, and that's the hard part too.
Yeah, and since you've been out, I will commend you because you didn't just get out and just say I'm out and I'm good. Can you explain what Vector 90 is to us? Because you go back and now you're trying to help out in your own community.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't say I'm out of my community. I never was.
No, I mean out of the gang.
Yeah, I'm not out the gang. You know what I'm
for
saying?
Real?
Nah, you don't get out of a gang. Truthfully, you just you redirect your energy. You know what I'm saying? Wow. So I'm not a gang banger.
But you still rolling 60s.
Yeah, that ain't nothing you gonna ever put down, because if you ever put it down, you never was a part of it. For
you
real.
never was really down.
Yeah, that ain't how it work. You don't just hang up your rag and say I'm not from this community no more. But at the same time, demonstrations speak louder than conversation. Mm-hmm. So I ain't in cars going on missions no more. I ain't in the spot. You know what I mean? I'm on a radio run, dropping my album. You know what I mean?
Shooting videos,
building businesses, employing my homeboys. You know what I mean? And paying taxes.
Yeah.
You ain't used to that, huh, Nip? Nip, what's it like paying taxes, Nip?
Oh man.
I wanted to say, like, speaking on your
that's
community.
A hard lesson. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's funny though. My bad. It's like, I had to get used to paying taxes.
Speaking on your community and your upbringing, you're Habesha, right? You're
Eritrean. My dad's from Eritrea, yeah.
So has that played any part in I guess your progression as, not even just as an artist, just as a human and coming from LA and now, you know what I'm saying? You're seeing the world and getting all these perceptions of what's going on and absorbing everything. Has any part of you being Eritrean affected you any part of you, you know?
Of course.
Not to sound silly, but what is that?
It's a country in Africa.
Yeah.
It's where my dad grew up at. It's in East Africa.
And what is it? Say it.
Eritrea.
Oh.
I dated a guy that was Eritrean once.
Yeah.
You been there?
Yeah, for sure. I went out there for 3 months in 2003, and met my granny for the first time, met my cousins.
That's cool.
Yeah, so it definitely had a major impact. I was raised in LA by my mom. My mom family Black American.
Yeah.
But when I always knew my heritage from my dad.
Yeah.
But I never met my family. My dad was the only one in America. Everybody else was back home. So when I went out there, it educated me to the other side.
It opened your eyes, bro.
100%. You know what I'm saying? It just gave me an understanding of what my dad life was like growing up, and you know what I mean, what his family was like, and I got embraced and they loved me. You know what I mean? And I just was became aware of the culture that I'm half American, half Eritrean, so I'm equally, you know what I mean. As much as I am a black person from America, I'm a black person from Africa too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I embraced both sides of that after I went out there. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
When you were there, did you have is it Injera?
Injera.
Injera.
I had that here.
Can y'all speak English?
I grew up on that. Even out here, my dad always cooked. Injera's a type of bread. You know what I'm saying?
Like hard bread kind of.
Yeah, it ain't got no yeast in it. So if you ever read the Bible, and they said like unleavened bread, you know what I'm saying? That's what they was talking about.
Oh wow, I didn't know you can make bread without yeast.
Yeah, no, it's definitely.
I'm dealing with a yeast situation right
Oh,
now.
no.
We're not gonna claim that. We're not gonna claim that.
It's natural.
No, we're not gonna claim that.
No filter. No
Okay.
filter.
Anyway.
No filter.
So Nipsey, a lot of people don't know that you not only are you in the music industry, you have a couple of businesses, right?
Most definitely.
Most definitely. Like
Yeah.
you're a hair salon owner.
Not a salon. We got a company called Elite Hair, and it sells, you know,
Bundles.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why you ain't bringing no bundles, nigga?
They got it on the website. I give you the website.
Come on now.
You see, he ain't even give a discount on $100.
I see the website. You can tap in.
How long you been selling bundles?
Man, like 2 years now. And
Who got you into that?
truthfully, I was in the county jail. My boy from Compton told me, man, it's better than dope, Nip. You know what I'm saying? You're going to triple up off the hair. You go to India and get the kilos of it and, you know, spool it up and
Still
package
using
it.
the hustler lingo.
I got laced. You know, he told me about it. Then my brother came home as well and had the same curiosity about that game and just, you know, put together a bag and went out there and, you know, invested.
And you still got it popping.
100%. Yeah, it's right on Slauson. It's called Elite Hair.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, speaking of your brother, tell me the story about who's that buried the $100,000 in your mom's backyard?
Well, my brother buried $250,000.
He buried $250,000 in your mother's backyard.
Yeah.
And then tell me what happened.
And you know, he put it in like an airtight, fireproof safe, wrapped it in plastic. You thinking it's gonna survive?
Right.
He left it down there for like a year probably, and then when he dug it up, you know, I guess the moisture of the earth.
Really, it got in there?
Yeah, and it molded the money.
Oh
you know
my
what I'm saying?
gosh.
So like 100 bands out of that 250 was molded.
Destroyed.
Yeah, and you know, that's a hard loss when you're young. He was a teenager.
A teenager?
Yeah,
That much money as a teen.
You know what I'm saying? And, you know, my mom was in there. We had the blow dryer out, all the money on the living room table, trying to dry the money
save
out.
What'd your mom say?
She was empathizing with him. She was sad. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of money,
Yeah,
man.
he took a L. You know what I mean? And she was just like,
Don't worry about it, baby.
trying her best, you know.
We're gonna do this.
Yeah, but he bounced back. You know what I mean? I talked about it on the album just as like a nod to, you know, you might think it's the end. You might think this loss is you can't recover from it, and we ended up doubling down and then some. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now you got a project coming out with YG right now, right? Or is that
Nah.
just talk?
They just, you know, I had an interview with Billboard, and he asked me about the F. Donald Trump record.
Yeah.
And I told him that came from a session. That song came from a session when me and YG was working
Just
on a
in the
collaborative
studio.
project.
Okay.
And, you know, that ended up becoming a headline for an album on the way. So
And you've heard that, right?
what?
They even got a title to it, America's Most Wanted.
Yeah, that's what we was gonna call it. But you know, we promote Victory Lap. YG working
Right,
on
yeah.
his solo album, so I ain't gonna spin the story onto what's coming. They could wait and chill and see how that goes.
I was wondering,
Yeah.
like, why would you even talk about do that when you still doing your debut album?
It just got took out of context. You know, people be trying to make their own headlines. Not to say the interviewer
'Cause they want
from
hits, bro.
Billboard,
Yeah.
but just the actual magazines and onlines that ran with that little piece, they took it out of context. So we was working on a collaborative project, and we got F. Donald Trump, and that became a big record. We shot a video for it. He put out his album with that on there also. I was working on Victory Lap, and we kind of stopped doing the collab project because the world took us to go promote.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, you know,
So it's kind of like on pause maybe for something, maybe pick it up
it's
later,
just an
maybe.
idea.
Gotcha.
It's
I got
an
you.
idea
Not
that,
just being creative.
yeah, and you know what I mean? It's something that might come together one day.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Looking forward to it if it does.
Thank you.
I didn't hear you talk about what about Vector 90. Vector 90. What is that? Because that has to do with a STEM project for the kids in Crenshaw, right?
That's one level of it. Yeah. It opened up February 15th. It's a It's a collaborative effort between a real estate developer and entrepreneur in LA named David Gross and myself. And it's a 5,000 square foot compound. The top level is an inner city co-work incubator. So what that means is like 10 offices, you know what I mean, that people from the community, entrepreneurs, they got businesses.
They can come and use office space.
They can rent the office
That's
space.
dope.
Yeah, and then you know, it's like modeled after WeWork, but it's based in the community. WeWorks is all over the place, but they not in the inner city. You know what I mean?
In the inner city.
And so this is right around the corner from my store. This is in the heart of our community, and it's fully renovated, upscale. You know, marble floors, tabletops, glass installations. It looked like some, you know, very, very next level quality. And you know, that's the top level. And it's also an incubator, which means that these entrepreneurs every year we're gonna fund one of their companies.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so you pick one of the
That's
people
awesome.
in the building.
They make a pitch, kind of like Shark Tank.
Shark
Yeah.
Tank.
Every
That's what I
12
was
months,
about to say.
we say, what you working on? And they come make a pitch, and one of them we gonna fund and do their round A of investment. And then the
dope
bottom
is
level,
that?
thank you. Bottom level is the STEM center that you was talking about, science, technology, engineering, and math. And it's you know, it's for young kids to bridge the gap between the inner city and Silicon Valley. Yeah.
What kind of grades did you get in high school?
High school.
Did you go?
I did go to high school for 9th and 10th grade, and I was very capable, you know what I mean, but I wasn't focused on academics. I remember, you know, I had F's and D's every semester except 1 year, and one of my English teachers was like, bro, you smart, like, you know what I'm saying, what you doing? And I just did all my homework and focused for one semester and got like 5 A's, 2 B's, just because I peeped game, and he was interested in my well-being, and he was sincere. So I was like, I'm gonna meet you halfway, and I did real well, and then I stopped going to school. And just pursue music. I wasn't just like hanging out outside. I was really
You was
pursuing.
focused on something else.
Yeah, early.
But
Yeah.
you're still like a bookworm, because I know I hear you talk a lot about the book Contagious and like what it's done for you. Do you like any other, because I'm a bookworm, so do you like any other like fiction books or like sci-fi books, maybe mystery books?
Nah.
Porno books?
Nah.
Porno books.
Theater?
I mean,
Kama Sutra or something?
yeah, you might as well
Just
get
like
some,
the
get some
marketing
pussy.
type books?
You gonna read a porno book?
That's right.
Real pussy.
Pornhub, you know, and go online. And,
Nah, but I ain't really into like fiction, sci-fi like that. I'm more be into like reading about
Business.
people, you know, people,
Psychology type.
real thing.
or just like, you know, people that, you know, they've been successful, but you don't know all the details of their life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just read their story, or, you know what I mean? Just game, just different versions of information that I feel you could apply.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel it.
you know.
Back to Victory Lap. What's your favorite track off there? I know you've been asked that plenty of times, but
It changes right now. My favorite record probably Blue Laces too. You know this because it's a powerful song to me. The intro, I really love the intro. The title track, Victory Lap. I love the record with me and Belly and Dom Kennedy. It's called Double Up.
Me too.
That's your joint. Yeah.
I like that one, and I really like Rap Niggas.
You like that? Yeah, I like that one too.
I like rap niggas too.
You do, huh?
Yeah.
That's right. That's my girl favorite too.
Oh wait a minute, I haven't heard the song. I just like rap niggas.
Oh, you like that? There you go. It's all, you in the right job. You got the right position for that.
I ain't heard
you
the
do.
song
Yeah,
yet.
it's all good. She gonna turn you on.
I saw at your
Oh my God.
album release party that like everybody was there. I mean,
Yeah.
of course, yeah. So like everybody was there, and I was like, dang. I saw the picture you posted on Instagram with AI. So I was like, oh, like I feel like anytime I see AI in a picture, it's just like an epic moment.
Yeah.
So it made me wonder, like, if you could have like your own basketball team, like
Of rappers.
Of rappers. Well, I was gonna say rappers.
I just came in on her the question.
Right.
I was
And
just
I want you
gonna
to have a rap basketball team.
Well, there
Who
are
on
some-
it?
There are
Yeah,
some
that
rappers
too.
that can ball, though.
She
There's a
loves
couple.
her
that
rap
too.
niggas,
And
huh?
what would the name be? Like what
My
would the name of your
team?
team be? Yeah.
I don't know what the name would be. I might call it the RSCs, the Rolling 60s. You know what I'm saying? I keep
Okay.
it hood.
And who be on it? Who be your 5 men?
Like it started.
NBA, I'll go get the top 5.
No, not NBA, because that's cheap.
Like
That's
rappers.
cheap. Yeah, rappers.
Rappers, Nick.
Oh, man.
Or even actors.
Well,
maybe.
we just found out that Offset was it Migos?
Quavo.
Quavo can ball.
Yeah, I seen that clip. Yeah, he was going crazy.
Who else can ball?
Man, I know 2 Chainz really played basketball.
Yes, he
2
played
Chainz?
college. Yeah, he
Yeah,
played
2
college.
Chainz
Yeah,
is
2
good.
Chainz can ball. Yeah, he can ball.
Yeah, I used to. We had a game in LA during All-Star and I was trash. I realized I lost it.
Yeah, I seen when you was like like you made that shot, but
No,
the cameraman
I
just
didn't
caught
make
the.
it. I missed
Yeah,
it.
you missed it, but the
Yeah.
cameraman caught the shot, and you was
a
like,
nice
"Switch."
little
Looked
angle.
good.
Yeah, yeah.
You looked, the
Pretended like
release
you
was
made
good.
Yeah, it was. I was trash. I ain't gonna lie. You know, I still got my little finesse. I could dribble. My shot went down the toilet though.
You know, Cruz
You know what I'm saying?
can ball
Why?
a little bit.
Game over.
You don't work on it, you gonna lose it.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? It's been years since I really played basketball. We used to play basketball every day growing up.
Right.
That was what we did outside.
Yeah.
But you know, you don't practice. You're gonna lose your skill.
I heard you say earlier something that you said your girl likes rap niggas too, that track.
Mhm.
And you're very kind of vocal on social media. You kind of get on Twitter a lot, put your feelings out there a little bit,
No,
you
I
know.
don't do that. I don't put
You don't put no subliminal kind of things on Twitter, none
you
social
gotta quote
media.
me. I don't know. What
I
you're
gotta
Go with the facts.
talking about.
Go with the
well, you know, I just want because I love. You know, Jay-Z said it best. You know, a lot of times we don't fight for our relationships in our black community.
Right.
We don't.
Right.
And you know, and I commend him and Beyonce for putting it out there that yeah, we had a problem, but we fighting for it
Right.
because it
Right.
is what it is.
Right.
You know, and it's no secret that you and Lauren London have a beautiful baby together,
Yeah.
and y'all are a couple,
Yeah.
and you're still a couple.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's all I
I
wanted
like
to
how
know.
you did that.
Give me some. That's all I want to know because I love to see us win.
Right. Thank you. for
Us
that.
win.
Yeah, you know.
And anytime we can keep that family together,
Yeah.
we're winning.
100%.
100%.
I agree with that.
Yeah, just like victory lap, winning my nigga,
Yeah.
winning my
All that,
nigga.
all that.
Hey
So,
Nipsey, can I challenge you to a sea walk off?
A seat walk off. Oh, yeah. You can challenge.
How your skills?
That don't mean I'm gonna accept. You know what I'm
You know,
saying?
but
You
I'm
can
just
challenge
saying,
me though.
how your skills? You know, I got a few
That's
skills.
another talent that if you don't work on it, you might
gonna
lose
lose it.
You know what I'm
Come on,
saying?
tell me, Nipsey.
That's something growing up in the parties. You know what
Uh-huh.
I mean? You might get a girl off your crib walk.
You do.
I swear.
You,
to God.
that's how I got my dude. Rolling 20s, Albuquerque, New Mexico.
God.
Yo, I was down. I was like, yes, my nigga.
Hey, I believe you too.
Yeah,
I believe
for
you.
real.
I don't even think you bullshit.
No, I'm not. No,
Yeah,
I'm
you
not
not.
bullshitting.
You
Sam
not.
Hayward, Rolling 20s
There you
all
go.
day. Hey.
Transparent as a mother.
I love that.
So, yeah, I want to see. Let me just see what you got, Nipsey.
That's asking a lot.
Oh,
He need another cup of coffee.
It's 9:15 in the
That's
morning.
asking a
Nipsey,
lot.
come on, we gonna throw your joint on.
Man, listen, we gonna talk about the album. We
good.
Mo, you know what I'm
Victory
saying?
lap.
Yeah.
His mama named him Nipsey. I'm gonna call him Sweet Feet.
Nah, that's my real name. That's a rap name.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
yeah, your mama named you Nipsey.
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
that. But
yeah.
what's your name then?
My real name, it means God will rise. It's Ermias though. That's how you say it.
Oh, that's his
Ermias?
name.
Ermias, yeah.
Armian.
Yeah.
His mama
How do you
named
say
him
your last
Armian.
name?
Ascadon.
I was like, how
Yeah.
do you say Ascadon?
That's
Yeah,
sexy.
yeah, okay. That's
And,
right.
no, I'm right
Yeah,
here
I feel
because
like you
know
coulda went
take
with
it.
that.
That's
It's all
sexy.
good.
Yeah,
Ascadon?
that's
Yeah.
good.
I feel like you could have went with your real name.
I could
That's too
have.
hard.
I could
I
have.
don't know.
It
Nowadays,
just, I'm gonna be answering questions a lot.
Yeah,
Right.
right. Yo, so,
I just
your
found
name,
out a few years ago what my name meant too. You know,
Oh,
the
right.
whole
How-
time I didn't know it had a meaning behind
Who
it.
brought that to you? Who
One of my homegirls, we were just riding around, and she was like, "What do your name mean?" And I'm like, "It's just an African name. It don't got no meaning." She like, "You sound crazy." She
They all
Googled it,
got names.
Yeah.
and she like, "Look, nigga." And
I
I was like, "Damn, that's powerful.
got
God will
meaning.
rise." I mean a lot. You know.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
Good looking out for you. That just happened for you?
Nah, I was probably like 27, 28 a couple years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
No.
Well, Nipsey, it's so nice to meet you. I mean,
Likewise.
for real,
Sure.
you are a true testimony of putting your brand to work.
Yes, ma'am.
Like, you know, you have been in this game for a long time, and
Yeah.
you have been a factor in this game for a long time. And for this to be your debut album
Yeah.
is phenomenal.
Thank you.
Like, that means you putting so much work in before the work.
Absolutely.
You put a lot of work in before the
No
work.
question.
So if you don't have it, go get it. Victory Lap. Yeah,
Grab that,
definitely.
stream it, download it. It's available all streaming platforms, iTunes, in CD stores, retail, whichever few that's left.
You
You
ain't
know what
even
I mean?
used to saying that, are you?
It's getting
used
like
He
you
said,
might not even have
You
to
gotta
say it next year.
practice.
Yeah, because you're used to saying pop my trunk, pop up shop,
Oh, yeah.
mixtape,
That-
in the trunk at the house, get the CD.
We still at the trunk till you see me in traffic. You can buy one from me, man. I might charge you a little more for it,
I
but
bet you would.
you know, yeah, we got
I
them on
bet
deck.
you're a true hustler.
Yeah, no question.
Alrighty. Thank you, Nipsey.
Thank y'all.
Alright.
Appreciate it. Yeah.